Hi everybody, this is Tina with Rehatch Designs. Hope everybody's doing well. I thought I would just turn on the camera and do a little craft along with me. I hadn't planned on doing it, but I'm doing something anyway, and I thought maybe you guys might be interested. I've done it before on my channel, but I'm going to do it a little differently this time. And I did have a couple people ask me some questions when I did my last two journals, my two Christmas journals that had the tassel. They asked me how I made the tassel and do I have a tutorial out. And I actually do have a tutorial, but it's not exactly how I made those tassels. I did these a little different, and I'll just show you how I did them. The beads, I bought those particular beads at Joann's, but I use all different kind of beads. I don't, I'm not particular as to, where I get them from. I don't really care. I have a lot of jewelry supplies because I used to make jewelry a bit ago, a long time ago, and actually sell it. And I don't really do that anymore, but because of that, I do have a lot of a big stash. The stuff that I used for those two journals, they were this brand, Hildy and Joe from Joann's. I have no idea if they still have these. I probably bought these maybe almost 2 years ago. When there was like a sale, it was like 50% off, and it was one of those times when they hardly let you do this anymore, where Joann's would have like 50% off and then they let you do 20% on top of that. So I bought a bunch of beads then to make tassels specifically for that. And of course you could take these beads just like they are, just like this, and just restring them and add your tassel and call it a day. And sometimes I do that, but most of the time I am trying to match a journal or do something, and you do have to kind of restring them to put the little end cap on for the tassel. And also, you have to decide if you're going to make your own little tassel. Or I bought these on Amazon. I will try and put the link in the description box if they still have them, but I know you can buy them pretty inexpensively. I did buy these, I don't know, it has to be at least a year ago, so I'll have to look and see if they still have these same tassels. But I thought I would just show you what I'm doing and then bring you along and you can see. This is the material that I'm making the tassels for, and I have mostly the beads I want here, except I want to add some green. I have these other beads that I'm going to add to it. I have a few other green beads that I may try to put in there, and I'm not sure which one of these tassels I'm going to use, but I'll use one of these two, and I'm going to make two of them. So anyway, I just thought I'd show you what I use and how I do it. And I know this looks a little wild because I bought this probably it was at an antique shop. It's a vintage fabric, and I just thought it was really cool, and I wanted to use it for Christmas. I know it's, I just think it's a cool looking fabric. But anyway, it's probably not your typical Christmas fabric, but hey. All right, so first off, what I'm going to do is I use, this is 20 gauge wire, and I use, I don't know if it's called brass or whatever, but it's kind of an antique brass color. It's very, very soft and pliable. That's why I like it, but it's kind of thick. So it's good to work with. I use it for a lot of different things. I use it for my when I'm making my boho beads too, and I guess I'll do another thing on that because I do them a little differently than, I don't know, I think my video probably was a few years old. But anyway, I take a piece probably about, oh, I would say about 10 or 11 inches. And you will need some jewelry, you know, a few things. These pliers. I have a couple of them. This is the kind to use to round the edges. This is just a really small one, but I like using this one. And some cutters. And usually what happens when you buy a set, you'll get like these 3 things in a set. I would invest in them if you think you're going to do any kind of jewelry stuff. They're not real expensive. And I have fun doing this stuff. And I have several pairs laying all around. But, you know, let's see. So I'm kind of straightening this out a little bit. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and figure out what beads I want on here. And I'm going to go ahead and just bend this on the end right now. Well, actually, I'll go ahead and make my loop. So I'm going to try and bring this up there to show you. So what I'm going to do is I am going to just bend my wire in an L like that. Just kind of, or down. I don't know whatever way you want to call that. And what these little pliers do, these little rounded things, is that they will help you keep it round. And I just kind of cross them like that to where one goes over the other. And then I will just kind of do it with my hands, or you can do it with your pliers. And I wrap my wire around there. Okay, and this stuff is so soft you can really do it with your hands if you want to. And I go around a couple times, and what this thing does is it kind of makes it round, although I made it too big to do that. But anyway, and then what you do is that you just take your little cutter thing and go as close as you can to the original wire. And I always make sure I throw that piece away. You don't want to get that in your feet or your pet's feet or whatever. And then I go and I smush it and make sure that it's not going to stick out and hurt anybody. And I don't worry about that portion there. The only reason I did that is it's going to hold my beads, okay, as I string them on here. So I've already made something to hold my beads. So that little edge right there, that is where we're going to end up hanging our tassel from. I hope you can see that. So you hang your tassel from that, okay? And I will do it again because I know it got blurry there for a minute. But when I do my other one, I'll try and do it again and see if you guys can see what we're doing. So right now, these come on like a plastic wire. And, you know, not a wire really, just a plastic, like they're strung on there. And I am going to cut this, and hopefully my beads won't go everywhere. I kind of like the way that it's strung. I like how it looks. So on the end of my tassel, I am going to use these bead caps, and they come in different colors. And I think I'm going to use this brass color just because it has a lot of that in here. And I'm going to use a lot of these beads, but not all of them. Some of my beads are going to have silver in it. I'm not 100% sure yet which one of these I'm going to use, but that's what's going to go on the end, okay? So that will be on the very end part of this, okay? And then I'll have my tassel on there. And the way that I do mine is I actually cut that off. I don't use it. You could actually put your tassel on like this without this cap part. But I like this because it gives it a finished look. The other things that I use is I use these to do it. You can do that and string that on there. but then the order in which you do it is a little different. You would have to kind of put this like on the bottom, like that. And then you would put your tassel in there like that. Okay. But I am going to use these, so this is going to actually go on last. Okay. But for right now, I'm going to kind of decide how I want this to look. And I actually like how these beads are here, but I want to replace some of these beads with some green ones. Okay. So I haven't decided 100%. I don't have a lot of green beads. That was one thing that I was kind of surprised, that I had so few green. And I have these that have more of that other color to them. And it's interesting, all the green seem to have silver. So I'm going to mix a little bit of silver in there with it. Let me see if I can cut that and not have them going everywhere. So, and I only have one of this string, so my two tassels will not be exactly the same, but that's okay. That is all right. All right, I think I'm going to try and put this in. I had mixed my alcohol ink in them, but of course it's not wet now, so I'm actually going to take all of these off because I know that I need some of the beads on the inside. And this is basically how you just take them off. So, anyway, I haven't decided, yet what beads I am going to use, but I have an idea. I do have some kind of turquoisey looking greenish beads somewhere, but I think these are going to work. So, all right. So these are kind of my other little green bead. This is what I have to work with, and I'm just going to kind of play around, and that's what I do. I've got these pearl beads, and I'm kind of going to replace them with similar type of beads. Let me see. I could put that on the bottom like that. It's a little bit smaller than this bead, so I may want to put... No, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick with this one. And then I will probably put this one. Okay. And then let's see, what other bead can I put in there? I could put... That has a smaller bead though. Let me see. I'm basically deciding what beads I'm going to put instead of the beads that were already in there. I could put that bead. And then let's see. So all I'm really doing is I'm replacing just some of these beads with some of these others. I think I'm going to keep this white one in there. I think I like that. See, so I've already got two green in there. And okay, that's going to go on top. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Maybe I should put it in just a little bit more. Go in just a tiny bit more. All right, I think that will work. Okay, so I basically have just taken a few beads out and put the few green ones in. I don't know if I want that one in there. I'm going to look and see in my little stash if I have something I like better. Do I like that better? That looks a little more festive, doesn't it? I don't know. I do have this other gold one. Let me look in my big box and see what I got there. I have a ton, guys, so let's see here. I don't know. If I want to put clear beads in there. Or maybe... Let me see. Let me see. I might want to put a few of these in there since it's Christmas. I don't think I have 2 of these, so I may put that in there. Let's see here. To open this up, I haven't used these yet. These are just kind of like little glittery little spacers, and I may want to use a few of these. I'm not sure yet. This does not want to open. And I am actually not sure where I got these from. I think I got them from Amazon. I'm not positive. But you can buy them just about anywhere because they're not, you know. Okay. So I could put this. Do I want to put that there? I don't know yet. I don't know yet. Let's see. No, I don't like that. Do I want to put that there? I don't know. It's not working for me. And I don't want to put another green one yet. So I think I'm going to try the brass one. Because our end cap thing is going to be, we're going to use that. I have gold ones I could use too. I don't have to necessarily use that one. Okay. And we're going to go right. This has lots of holes in it, so it's trying to go through a different hole. I do hope you guys can see this, but... Oh, come on. Should not be that hard. It should be pretty easy. All right. It doesn't want to cooperate with me. Maybe I won't use it. Maybe it's saying don't use me. All right, guys. Let's go back in here and see if I can see what I'm doing. Probably have to put my reading glasses on to see. This is not exactly straight, so that's part of the issue. There we go. So that's that. Okay, we could try. I think that's going to be too sparkly for that next to the brass. It doesn't work. So I either nix the brass, which I may do. I don't know. I don't know. It's just not working for me. I have this other gold one. And then I could put that on there. And then this big one. Yep. Okay, come on. Wondering if I should put another green one though. I feel like I need to have another green in here somewhere. Oh. How about about that? How about this one? But there needs to be something in between for sure. I do have a lot of spacers and stuff too, so I need to think about that. I could put this spacer in there. And then that. It really needs like a cap. I think it needs a cap. Let's see how this looks. I don't know. I don't know if that green's right for that, right guys? I don't want to put, how about this one? Yeah, it looks a little better. It really needs to be red. It needs to be red. But I think maybe this should not be on there. See, this is why I don't do a lot of things with me making decisions, because it takes me forever to make a decision. All right, so let's try. All right, let's try another one of those. Let's try another one. And then we have to do I want to put, yeah, I'll put that on there. So we're going to do that. Does that look okay? You know what, I like that, so but I want it on this one too. We'll go like that. We'll go like that. And we're going to go like that. And this is pretty much what I do. I mean, yeah, you can just make it easy on yourself and put it in there just the way that it is. And sometimes I do, but a lot of times I don't. I just kind of restring it the way I want it. And you kind of have to restring it anyway because you're going to put the tassel on, so you have to have a way to do that. Okay, I like that. We have gold there. Maybe I'll put the brass on right there, which I could have done on the other side, but you know, hey. All right, and then we're going to put the white on. But what are we going to put with the white? I think what I'm going to do, y'all are going to get tired of watching this, I know, because you expect me to know what I'm going to be doing. But honestly, I have no, I'm just kind of doing it how I do it. All right, let's do that. And then let's put the brass on. This brass one keeps giving me a hard time. I think it doesn't want to be on there. It really doesn't. Wonder if I should put one of the other gold ones on there. It might look better anyway. It might really. It kind of matches that better. All right, you're going away. And then I'm going to put that on. And I'll put this white on because I think I like that. The little pearl. Where's the end of it? There we go. Okay, and I didn't put a cap on that, so I'm going to put that on here. So now I think I want to put something green on there. How about this? I think this would be really pretty. But is that too big? I really like that one. I also like this. Let me see how that looks. Yeah, I like that. I think I like that. And then I think I'm going to put this gold one on there. I like that. Or I could put another one of, let me see, where did those go? One of these, because they really are kind of pretty. I'll put another one of these on there. And then take that off. Let's see here. And then so I did that. I almost need, I don't like this red one too much, so I think what I'm going to do is that I will do kind of what I did on this side and put this red one in. And yeah, I think that's what I'll do. And I'll go ahead and then put the end cap on like I have here. All right. So that's how it's going to be, and then I'll put another small one on the very end. I think that'll work. I think that'll be good. Yeah. I could put more green in the middle. I could have put maybe this green over here. It feels like it needs something like maybe right where that is. But then, what would I put there? What could I put there? Can I put that green? Or I could put, I do have these pearls. Although I do like that. I think I'm just going to leave it. I think I'm going to leave it the way it is. And so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, let me see how that looks. Okay. So now what we have to do is we've got our tassel made, okay? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this on. I put mine on before I attach the tassel. So I try and get it pretty tight. So here's my little tassel. Gosh, I don't know. I keep thinking I need more green in the middle. Oh, I could put that in there though. I just don't have a big green one to put on each side that isn't like way different than the other one. No. The only thing I could really do, guys, is I could put this here and that there and then move those, but I don't know that I like that green. I would have to put it right there or right there. No, I'm going to leave it the way it is. I know y'all have an opinion. I wish I could hear it. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and take this and take my little round thing that I have, and I'm going to go at the very, let me see if I can get this to look, at the very, very top of this little thing right here. I'm going to go and just kind of go around it, and that's going to make my round top part right here. Let me go, here we go. It's right there. And all I do is I kind of just tighten it on there as tight as I can. And what I'm going to be doing is I am going to be adding this little loopy thing. It's got a little loop on there onto here. And you can actually put this on before you do that. Okay. So now if you look, this is what I have. I've got this little dangly thing. Oops, I'm in the wrong spot. Let me see if I can get it to focus. Come on, focus, 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 focus. Okay, so you've got this little dangle right there on the end. Okay, and all I'm going to do is do the exact same thing that I did before. You can either use your pliers or you can use your hand, because this wire is so soft. And you can go around, and all you're doing is twisting it around. You're twisting it around this top part right here, this very part that you just did. Okay, and you can do that, like I said, you can do it with your hand. I like doing it with my hands with this wire because it is so completely soft. Well, shoot, I kind of misshapen it there. Let me go back and redo it. You want it reasonably tight so that your beads don't go dangling all around. So, but you want it loose enough that your tassel can move around. Okay, so you want to make the curve that it's going to sit in, and then you want to kind of start tightening it up. Okay, because it's a situation where there's like a medium. You don't want it too tight, but then you don't want it too loose, because, and I'm actually going in there with my hands and twisting it a little bit. But this little loop on the end is what's going to allow your tassel to sit in there. Oh, now mine's gotten kind of misshapen. You can go back in if it gets kind of out of shape and stick your little thing in there and make it round again. But I twisted around a couple times to kind of tighten it. Like I said, you can either do it with your pliers or you can do it with your hands. You don't want too much on top because it'll look kind of funny, but you do want enough to where you've tightened it. Okay, and then you want to go in after you've done that. Okay, you've tightened it up on top. You want to go in and cut. Where's my little cutters? And go as close as you can to that wire. Okay, and then I smush mine so it doesn't stick out and hurt anybody. And that's when I go back in and I'll make sure that my little dangly thing is in the right spot and kind of make it round, and you kind of have to move it over to get it to where you want it. Okay, so here is your end piece that's going to be dangling down. Now the thing is, at this point, you don't want them loose because you don't want them all wiggling around. Okay, so but you want this to be loose enough on the end that it dangles a little. Okay, and that is just a matter of making the circle on the bottom not too tight. Okay, and I don't have mine straight yet, so let me kind of straighten it out. And there's different types of little bail things that you can use for the tassels. So the other one that I showed you before, you would do it a little differently than this. Okay, there we go. I'm just straightening this out so it goes straight on the bottom. And this wire, because it's pretty thick, it doesn't like move around a lot. So if you want something that gives you a lot of movement, then you probably would want a thinner wire. I like this thicker wire because it's easy to work with, and I use it for a lot of different things. So now that we've got this on the bottom, we want to go ahead and decide what tassel. And I still think I'm going to put the green on because the red is really predominant there, and I do think the green would look the best. And the way that I do these is I don't use this little part here, which you could put that on there and not have this little piece on the end. You could just add it to the end and not have that. But anyway, I just actually shove it in there with some glue and call it a day. So I just take my fabric tack and I just put some inside here. I haven't used this for a while, so hopefully it'll come to the top. And you know, just put some in. You don't need a ton, but you know, enough to where it's going to cover. And then basically you're just going to take your little tassel, and there may be some loose ones in there you can just kind of shove in off the side. Come on, stop it. Here we go. If you have some little strays, you can go back and cut them later. Like I have a couple right here. And I'll just cut them off the side. All right, and I just make sure it's shoved in there good and let it dry. And then there is our tassel, guys. So I'm going to do the other one and hopefully I can get it to focus better. So that's going to be on here. Okay, so you can see it does have a little bit of green, a little bit of red. I think it'll go really well on there. Okay, now the way that we made the little round thing on top, what I do is I will put a jump ring. It depends on what you want to do. I'll put a jump ring, or you could put a little clip or anything you want, but this little round part allows you to attach it to your journal. Let me see if I have my jump rings here. I just take these, like, I don't know, I guess I could just take a gold one would be fine. And I use the bigger one. You could use a smaller one, but a bigger one, it allows it more movement. And the way that you do that is you find the opening, which is right here, and get your other pliers, and you twist towards you or away, either one, but you open it, and then you just stick it on there. And then I take, let me see if I can find my little things. You know what? I bet I have one right behind me. Hold on. Somewhere up here. Yeah, okay. Let's see here. This isn't the right color, but you can put this on your journal, okay? I don't know what these are called, these little doorknobby things, and you can attach it like that, okay, and have it dangling on your journal. Or you could just take a little eyelet, what do you call those things? What are those things called? Oh gosh, I know what they're called, but for some reason I can't remember right now. You could just take one of these and not even put the jump ring on there and go like this and attach it to your journal like that. You know, however you want to do it. I am probably going to attach it to the back of the journal. I don't know yet. Actually, I don't know. We'll see. Sometimes I don't really make up my mind until I'm done with the journal. The journal kind of tells me what it wants to do. And so, oh, I just didn't put that on very good. Oh, well. In any case, that's how we're going to do it. So I'm going to make another one just like that. And y'all can watch me do it if you want. So I am going to need a couple more of those little beads. I don't know if I have any handy. Okay, so I have my other beads. So hopefully this one will go faster. And let's see what we're doing time-wise. All right, I think we have enough time to do the other one. So I am going to get my wire. So I'm going to go about 10, you know, let's just call it 12 inches so that you have enough. I always rather have, you know, more than not enough because of all the stuff you do. And of course, you guys, when you don't use beads, just put them back in your little bead pot over here, and then, you know, you'll have them for next time. So, I mean, they never go to waste, that's for sure. All right, so we're going to basically just follow the same pattern that we did before. So we'll do that. And all the decisions have been made so that we don't have to go through that process again, right guys? That's what takes me forever. So I'm going to need 2 more of these little gold ones. I could change it up, but you know, I'm not gonna. So, because I know it takes me forever to make up my mind. So I'll get 2 of these green ones. And see, even though these were silver, you really couldn't even tell. And you can change the color of this metal on this stuff, guys. If I really wanted to, I could do that. And I'm going to use another one of these little brass end caps, because I think it looked good with that. All right, so we're just going to duplicate it. I think I have another one of those. Yes, I do. So I'll need that. And I've got one of those. Okay, so I think I have everything. So here's my other one. And like I said, this is how it comes, just like that. And I would say 90% of the time, I end up, you know, kind of redoing them a little bit, because I may not have all the colors I want in them, but I mean, it's great that they come all together where you get a lot of really pretty beads. But you know, like this one, I wanted a little green in it, so you know. All right, so I'm gonna do the end little twisty thing, this thing right here. And so all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this little thing here, and I'm going up to the top part, okay? And this is what I'm doing on the end too, in case you do not understand. And so if you notice, they went one over the other, okay? And all I'm going to do really is get this as tight as I can, and I am going to twist it. And I can do it with my hands because this is really, really soft wire, but it does work better if you use your I should use my other little thing. This one's too small really, but you know what, that's okay. I already have it out, so I'm going to use it. I think I couldn't find it or something. So I will just take my pliers and go around and just make it nice and tight, okay? And I only go around a couple times, okay? I don't go like a bunch, but so after I've gone around a couple times, it's nice and tight. I will go and cut this as close as I can to this long wire. Okay, and that is to finish it off. Make sure I throw that away, and then I smush it down to make sure that it's not going to poke anybody. Just kind of smush it right where you cut it. Okay, and that's going to keep everything from falling off. So we're going to start there, and then I'm just going to take my little thing here full of beads, and I try and keep it in order so that I can, because I am keeping it somewhat in order. I'm not keeping it, you know, oh, well, that didn't work well. Oh, well, it doesn't really matter because we're going to follow the other one. Okay, so here's some beads here. I'm going to follow my other pattern that I used. So we're actually starting on this end because that's where we have our little circle-y thing there. And I am going to use my little small green bead that I had, just because we're just adding a little bit of green to it. That's all I'm doing. And I'm going to put this on next. So I'm trying to do this closer so that you can see, and I'm hoping my camera somewhat focuses, and I'm just gonna be, this is very relaxing. I have a little case that I bought, a little plastic case, and whenever I'm going somewhere and you feel like you have to bring some crafting stuff if you're going to be gone for a few days, because I have to craft. I can't just, I don't know. But I do this kind of stuff all the time away, because it doesn't take up a lot of room. I kind of know what I'm going to need, and so this and boho beads, and I'm going to be doing some more boho beads soon because I'm out. I've used them all, so, and I make them a little bit different now than I did before. Okay, so this is that weird gold one that I had. And this came off of a different string or something that I had from a while back, so I don't even know for sure where I got them. As I said, I get these from different places, but that particular string I got there. So, and I'm pretty sure they go on sale pretty often, so just be looking. And I don't know, price wise what it probably cost you like around anywhere from $5 to $8 to buy a strand, already done. But like I said, I usually always end up taking them apart and redoing them somewhat, so it's not a whole lot of times where I use them just as is, but Okay, then we're going to put that on. See how much fun this is, guys? So anyway, we went on a little trip out of town with our RV, and my middle son calls me up at the last minute and is going on a cruise, apparently. I mean, I'm sure he knew ahead, but I think he just assumed we weren't doing anything. And anyway, wanted us to watch his golden retriever. We have they're sisters. And my dog's name is Dory, and his is Summer. And we love Summer, and we love having her. But, it's 2 golden retrievers in our little RV. And which normally is not really that bad. They're pretty well behaved. But what happened is it was raining the entire time, and they were cooped up in there, and they're both 2 years old, so they're still kind of puppies, and it was just a lot to kind of expect them to sit there, because we were off doing stuff with them. It's an RV rally thing. So anyway, we just kind of decided to come home a day early, because I think we were just torturing them and ourselves. So anyway, that is why I'm here tonight. Anyway, that is it, guys. So that, see how quick that went when you already know what you're going to do? Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do the end thing again. And so here's my little piece, okay, and it has a little hole in it. And I'm going to put that on, okay. And all I'm going to do is take my little round thing here, and I'm going to try and make a little loop around that, okay. And I'm doing the same thing that I did on the other side. That's all I'm doing. So I'm going to twist that around. Like I said, this stuff's soft enough you can probably do it with your hands, but it does go tighter when you do it with your pliers. So, and usually the best thing to do is to hold it with one and twist it with the other. So that will allow you to go around nice and tight. It may seem like it's harder that way, but I actually think it's easier. And I only go around like once or twice because I don't want a big gap in there. So then after I do that, I am going to, so we've went around, and don't worry about it being all straight while you're doing this because you can move it around later. Is you're going to go and you're going to, again, go as close as you can to that part, and then smush that part down on the bottom. Because if you notice, there'll be like a little part sticking up. You don't want to leave that because you don't want it to scratch somebody or poke a hole in them or something. Okay, now what you'll find is at that point, the little round thing that you made, the little loop like we did there, it may not be all loopy. It may be all kind of smushed. And you can take your little deal and go in there and make it round again. And move it around, okay? And this wire is very pliable. Most of the time what will happen is your little thing will be kind of off center and you just kind of play with it and work with it, and you should have made your little loop big enough to where it can go around. I don't know if I did. I might not have. I think I did though. I just have to play with it a little bit. So anyway, that is how you do it. Let me get that back in order. Okay, and then what you're going to do, like I said, you don't have to even have this little piece. You could hook it on. You could just loop your wire through here and hang it with that. I think this just looks better, so that's why I do it. But, you know, it's up to you. You decide how you want to do it. There's also another way to do it. And if you look at my other video, it shows you how to do that too, but there's probably lots of ways to do it. But anyway, I'm going to cut that off. I'm just cutting that off, and then I'm going to take my glue, going to put that in there, and you could see you could just really be making a ton of these, and I was going to make some and sell them, but I just never got around to it. Okay, so now I'm just going to take this. I've already put glue in there, and I'm just going to smush it in as far as it'll go. And that's it, guys. That is our tassel. So we have 2 tassels. And the hardest part's making up your mind what you want to do. Or as I said, you could use it just the way that it is. You don't have to redo it like I did. So anyway, that's all I had for today. I just thought I would pop in and do that. You know, you can, you know, use whatever beads you have. You don't have to, you know, have these big ones either. And I just think they're really kind of pretty and fun, and, you know, I don't know, they're fun to have on your journal. All right, I will be back soon. I'm hoping to have a few flip throughs this week, so I may not have a lot of process videos out there, so I can get those done. I'm so far behind from being sick and then going out of town and I'm just not on the schedule that I wanted to be on, so I am going to try and do some catching up, and then I will see you then soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.